What's up everybody, how's it going, and welcome to this episode of Car Rant. Today I'm going to continue trying to take out some of this interior. The carpet especially needs to get gone. We also need to find a place for all the parts that we are keeping. For now they're staying in the back deck area, but we'll see what happens with that. We're also going to start pulling out parts that are broken here in this engine bay that we don't need, that we're not going to need. Kind of like this little well, that can just go straight in the trash, can't it? RKA unfortunately is garbage. Rusted on the inside, and also our engine block. I don't know if you can tell here on camera, but yeah, she has seen better days. Those cans are rusted, and it does actually look like it still has some oil on it, which is cool. It tells us the integrity, but unfortunately the block itself is gone. It's done for. The transmission, however, isn't, so we are going to pull that out, try to figure out what to do with that. But otherwise, it's time to start unbolting things, seeing what we can salvage from this car to put into the Gold 40, but also to get rid of all the garbage that's inside of it. At least today, I'm going to get started on start to pull things out of this engine bay that I can get rid of. Just because I found out recently that the lot that we keep this car in is actually going to get sealed up and repaved again, more or less, I guess. And I want as much weight out of the car as I can pull out while it's still here, so when we have to move it later, it doesn't weigh 1,000,000 pounds still, it weighs 500,000 pounds, you know what I'm saying? So as you can see, we're getting somewhere. We've got some things pulled out of the engine bay. There's definitely some room in here now to get around and try and take this block out later on. We'll have to say, stuff was definitely trying to grow in here, because that's a mud dauber nest, old one looking like it. That is definitely a sign of a squirrel having a nice time in here. And I'm a little concerned to see how these look, but we'll find out. Those ones, unfortunately, when I pulled the coolant tank, I didn't know there was still coolant in it. Stupid me, should have checked. So some coolant spilled onto that tray. It's just gonna have to sit there for now until I can find some stuff to soak it up with. I think those should be fine still, even though some got on there, because it's not like a super conductive unit. Otherwise, we're getting along pretty good. So I'm kind of reaching a stopping point for right now, because after this, I'm gonna really need A, something to throw all this into, and B, pretty much at the point now where we just need an engine harness and some power tools and maybe even a lift so that we can get the engine and transmission out of the car. Main reason why we're pulling both out is so that we can, again, replace the engine with something else, but also so that we can get the transmission out, kind of check the health of it, maybe service it a little bit, put in a new clutch, something like that, because we do plan on using that 5-speed to drift with, provided that everything works out the way it's supposed to with what we're trying to do with the engine. So with all of that said, I'm going to kind of take a breather here, come back in another day or two. For you guys, it'll be the next couple seconds. Get started on pulling out the carpeting in this interior and getting this thing ready to be sent, to be built, and to be race carred. It's going to be sick. Alright guys, this is day 2 of working on this car for this episode. Like I said yesterday, was all about this engine, getting some parts out of it so we can get the engine prepped and ready to be pulled from the car. Now I'm going to go in here into the interior of the car and start pulling out some of the interior bits in the front of the car. Talk with this, we are going to leave the dash, but we do need to remove the center console so we can actually get the carpeting out from underneath it, so that this is a nice stripped metal interior. No more carpet, no more nonsensical items that don't need to be there. It's just going to be all performance-y stuff that goes into this from here out, like a cage later on and things like that. So let's get this done. Alright, just like on our Gold 240, we need to remove this little bit here, this little kick plate, if you will, as people get in the car and they hit this, or at least that was the idea. This is actually holding down some of the carpet because it looks like I'm actually able to pull it up just the way it is. We just have to get the things that are trying to keep it from being pulled up, so we then can pull it up. There's a lot of pulling happening today. So currently just taking a breather because it is hot out here. I'm hiding in the shade at the moment just because in the car is very hot. I actually had to open the sunroof on this car because it got that hot in there. They leave that insulation in there for a reason, people. And it's in there to keep you from sweating to death, apparently. Currently running into a small issue where it looks like I might actually have to undo part of the dash. Just to lift it up high enough to reach underneath and pull out the carpet. I did find some bad news with this car. Let me show you. So while I was getting this out and started pulling up this carpet, I ran into this problem. Hey, that's the ground under there, isn't it? Let's see. My shoe in it. Oh, hello, shoe. So it means that basically from here around to underneath created a small channel, was created rusting. So it means that some of our floor pan is gone, and it means that we're gonna have to pretty much weld that joker shut. Thankfully we have a friend who's learning how to do that. Shout out to you, bro. Otherwise, underneath this carpet, the metal itself is actually in pretty decent shape. It's just that, like I said, that issue is there. But now I'm running into the problem where I have to reach underneath the dash. So probably gonna have to remove the dash. The valve box is definitely coming out. Otherwise, we're getting there. Oh, and the AC controls, because we're not gonna have any AC on whatever thing goes in there next. So that's gotta get pulled out too. Honestly, guys, I think we're gonna end it on this note here with just more progress made of pulling apart this car. We do want to leave in the carpet for now, just because of the fact that it is covering up a rusty spot. So someone's working in there, tetanus is a thing, they don't get it from this, we'll be happy. Good at that point where we're stuck. You know, we wanted to get the carpet out, but it is what it is. It's one of those things where it's like, we could make this thing like be this way, but if we do, we run the risk of injuring ourselves. So all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And real quick before we end it, a little flash from yesterday. So we kind of sat and hemmed and hawed a little bit, and we think we're going to use this car as a test dummy for the engine that we officially want to put inside of the Gold 240. Did we decide on the name of that car? Is it official?
I don't know.
Well, right now we're jokingly calling it...
We're trying to see if it can fit on the license plate first.
We're jokingly calling the car Covfefe because everything about it is coffee colors and browns. But anyways, we've officially decided that the engine we're going to put into this car is going to be a... If you're here in the credits section and you are frustrated by what you just saw, fear not. The answer will come soon. It's just that we don't want to reveal it right yet because, well, we haven't purchased what's going in the engine bay yet. So, with that said, hope you guys enjoy. Love each and every one of you guys. God bless all of you, and we will see you on another episode. Peace out.